Hello everyone, Gashbad here. It has been way too long since my last video. Kinda been neglecting the channel recently, but I'm back, and the Dum Dum Detective Agency is back as well. We are playing Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, where my two idiots, Verdia, the Quatryl Demolitionist, and Hugo, Chasseur, the Inox Hatchet, are investigating a cult of weird blood-worshipping, corpse-stealing maniacs. Last game, we almost got murdered by this guy setting up a gauntlet out of town. We went to the guards, and they said, "Pop, pop, 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 pop. We don't want to hear about it." We've been seeing these red-robed people moving in and out of the sewers, and no one wants to go down into the sewers, so we're going to hire you to do it. But they give us two choices. We can go down into the Defiled Sewers, or we can go down into the Beguiling Sewers. Both are pretty suspicious, but I guess if I had to choose, I'd rather go down into the Beguiling Sewers. Not sure what makes them beguiling, but sounds better than defiled. Although in all honesty, the real reason I went down into this scenario 12 or B5, is because it required me to paint less stuff. Just to bring you up real fast on the state of the party, both of my characters are at level 4. Hugo is running around with a stamina potion, eagle-eyed goggles, a throwing hammer, the fateful compass, and some weathered boots. Verdia has a stamina potion, weathered boots, a heater shield, a healing potion, and the eagle-eyed goggles. And because I knew this scenario would involve us destroying objectives, I swapped out one of Verdia's cards. Instead of taking the big one, which is a big bomb, I don't expect this to be a big horde fighting scenario, I took level. The top action of that is a strength 3 attack, and it is +3 against any objectives. Which sounds like it's going to come in handy because, as you can see from the map right here, we've got 4 objectives that we have to blow up. Each of those pillars have 6 health, and every time we attack them, we get 3 damage in return, which isn't great. Also, whenever we destroy one, a living corpse shows up on the closest spawn point, either A or B. When we destroy all the pillars, another thing is going to happen, but in the meantime, I did remember battle goals this game. Verdia went with Altruist, which means that she has to collect less gold than any other characters, which should be pretty easy. And Hugo got Shirker, which means that he has to kill an enemy at range while adjacent to a different enemy. Might take some fiddling around to get that, but if anyone can accomplish it, it's the Inox Hatchet. So initially I think I'm going to split up. I'm going to have my guys go in different directions and beat up the furthest pillars before moving inward. Verdia's over on the left, Hugo's on the right. No enemies on the board right now, which is nice. For her initial cards, Verdia is going to take Level and Robotic Enhancement. We're just going to get right to it and try and destroy that left pillar. And Hugo's going to set up for later rounds. He's going to deploy the Favorite, and he's also taking Fearsome Efficiency. That gives Verdia initiative of 33 and Hugo initiative of 58, which means that we're going to start with Verdia. Verdia is going to move with the bottom action of Robotic Enhancement, which is a move 4. I'm going to move all the way to the top space above the leftmost pillar. I want to be far enough away from that spawn point so that if the living corpse shows up and gets a good action, I'm still too far away for it to punch me. I believe at most these living corpses move 2 hexes, so I should be good where I'm at. I go and use the top action of a level, so I'm going to punch this pillar. I'm going to go and use the eagle-eyed goggles too. I don't want to risk drawing the null, taking the damage, and not getting anything for it. Turns out I didn't need to worry. 3 for the attack, 3 for it being an objective. I draw a +0 and a +1 card, gives me 7 damage, destroys the pillar, spawns a living corpse. Also gets me 1 XP. The living corpse is going to do nothing special this round, so its move is 1 and it's not going to get me. Verdia takes 3 damage, but I'm going to go ahead and use my healing potion right away, so it's a wash. Hugo doesn't have a ton to do this round. He's just going to deploy the Favorite. It's a lost card, but he does get 2 XP. The living corpse chugs forward 1 hex, and we're on to the next round. I think Verdia is going to attack that living corpse before going after the next pillar. She's going to go with 1-2 punch and crushing weight for an initiative of 22. Hugo's going with care package and repeat shot for an initiative of 30, and the corpse gets violent slam for an initiative of 32. Kind of fast for a corpse, but still after us. Violent slam means the corpse isn't going to move, but it is attack +2, which is kind of a lot, and also push 1. But that all works out pretty well. Verdia's going to move with the bottom action of crushing weight. She's going to move next to the living corpse, and since he's next to a wall, it's going to take 2 points of damage. Then she's going to use 1-2 punch, just one of my favorite cards. I just kind of like it. We're going to do 2 attacks. The first one's at strength 2. We draw a +0 modifier card, so the living corpse takes 2 more damage. It has 9 in total. Second attack is only strength 1, and we draw a +0 modifier card, so it only takes 1 more point of damage, but because we attacked the exact same target with the second attack, it's pushed back 2 hexes, it gets muddled, and we gain ourselves an XP. So that was pretty good. Time to destroy that right-hand pillar. Hugo takes a shot with repeat shot. That's strength 3. Gonna use my favorite, bringing it up to strength 6, so as long as I don't mess up the attack modifier card, I should destroy it. And why not? Gonna use my eagle-eyed goggles just to make sure it happens. I draw a +1 and a +2 with the muddle condition cards. So those are both pretty good. Does 8 points of damage. Pillar's destroyed. We pick up another corpse at spawn point B. Hugo takes 3 damage, but then he's going to move with a care package and heal 1 point. Move right up to that pillar and collect his favorite token again. So it's the corpse's turn and they move forward, which I make a mistake about. They shouldn't have. There is no move action on the Violent Slam card. Oh well. If this is the biggest mistake I make in this game, I'm doing real well. Verdia's cards for the next round are going to be extra fuel and fire bombs for initiative of 17. Hugo's going to go with disorienting barrage and center mass for 24. And the corpses mess me up a little bit. They get rotting embrace. They're going to go faster than Hugo with an initiative of 21. They are move +1 with muddle and immobilize against one adjacent enemy. They don't actually attack or cause any damage, but that is going to pin Hugo in place, which isn't great. But Verdia's not scared. She's going to move with the bottom action of firebombs, move up to the corpse. She's then going to use extra fuel to punch the corpse. It's attack 3 +2 because the corpse is next to a wall. She draws a +1 attack modifier, just knocks the corpse's head off, gets herself an XP, and generates the fire element. She then uses her stamina potion to get the level card back into her hand because we want to destroy that next pillar. So the corpse on the right has an unexpected surge of activity and runs next to Hugo and muddles and immobilizes him. Well, fine, now I can't move, I guess. Already at disadvantage, so I might as well use center mass on this corpse right next to me. It's attack 3 and I draw 2 cards. I draw a +2 with the wind element and a +1. I have to take the +1, but I'm going to add my favorite to it and cause 7 points of damage to the rotting corpse, so that's not too bad. New round, Verdia is going to go with level and explosive blitz to take out that next pillar. Hugo's going to go with retrieval. I want my favorite token back and second wind. Verdia is on 19. Hugo's on 18. The corpse gets hasty assault at 47. Move +1, attack -1. We're going to start off with Hugo. Give me that axe back. I'm going to use retrieval. That's an attack 2. I draw a +1 modifier card. Corpse dies for a second time and I get to take my favorite token back. I'm going to use second wind to move on to the coin that the corpse dropped, and because I killed an enemy earlier in the round, I get +1 XP. Time for the Demolitionist to go demolish more things. Attacks the pillar with a level, that's strength 3 +3 for it being an objective. Draw an attack modifier card, get a nice +2, that's 8 damage. Dead pillar. Verdia takes 3 damage, and we spawn another living corpse at A. I didn't plan this out super well. I can only move 2 hexes away. I want to get in contact with that next pillar. I don't move far enough away to avoid the new corpse's hasty assault. So it rushes in there on its turn. It's -1 strength for hasty assault, which brings it down to attack 2. It draws a -1 attack modifier card. Hey, and I might as well use the heater shield. Exhaust that item, give myself shield 1, take no damage. So we're burning through our equipment, but we're actually doing pretty well here. This is our last set of cards before we have to take a long rest, so we don't have a ton of choices. Verdia is going to go with Piston Punch and knock out the support for initiative of 20. Hugo's going to go with Overwatch and Close Cuts for 25. The corpse gets Reckless Charge for 91. Reckless Charge is move +2, and that's it. And when it moves, it takes 1 damage. I am super okay with that. Verdia's up first. I don't really have to move anywhere. I'm pretty happy with where I am, so I'm going to use Knock Out the Support on the corpse. That's attack 3. I draw a +1 modifier card, get 4 damage on the zombie. Over to Hugo. Hugo's going to use Overwatch. Attack 3, range 4, draw +0 for the modifier, but I am going to use the favorite again, getting a lot of use out of that. Gives it 6 damage. There goes the zombie. I'm going to truck over behind the pillar. I'm going to use my weathered boots to give myself 1 extra hex of movement because, hey, we're out of cards. There are no enemies on the board. This is a perfect time for a long rest. So we both take a little R&R. Both of us heal up 2. Verdia loses Explosive Blitz. We're not going to open any doors in this scenario, so I really don't need that card. Hugo loses Disorienting Barrage. Again, I just don't expect to be attacking a lot of enemies at once. All of our equipment gets refreshed. Verdia is going to go with Level and Crushing Weight. We're going to destroy this last pillar. Hugo's going to go with Center, Mass, and Retrieval. Verdia's on 22. Hugo's on 24. Verdia's up first. We're going to smash that pillar. Just love breaking things with these characters. I'm going to use the Eagle-Eyed Goggles again. I want to get this right. Attack 3, +3 for it being objective. We draw 2 cards. One's a poison card, which isn't going to help us. The other's a +2. Punches straight through the pillar like Agent Smith at the end of the first Matrix. Gets herself another XP, loses another 3 health, spawns another corpse. This round the corpse is going on initiative 71. It's going to move +0, attack +1, and release gas. That's rude. It's going to generate leaf, and it's going to poison all adjacent enemies. But of course that's not all. Once we've destroyed all the pillars, we have to read the next section in the book, and we get a whole separate area that suddenly appears. Turns out 2 of those walls were illusionary. We get 2 more chambers with 2 more pillars. Not only that, there's a living corpse in both of them, and 2 living spirits. There are diagonal areas of difficult ground running through each of those new chambers. Those little exclamation points mark where the doorways are, and they are open. So now we have to find out what the living spirits do. They get leech warmth. I remember these living spirits from the original Gloomhaven game. My impression of them is that they're not terribly slow, they have a lot of ranged attacks, and they have shield 1. Only 5 health though, so that's not too bad. There's also no flying in this game, so at least they're going to be affected by the difficult terrain just like I am. Anyway, Leech Warmth is move -1, which brings them down to move 2. It is attack +1 at range 3, kind of a lot, and then heal 1 self. Also generates frost. Then Verdia still has her bottom action of crushing weight, so we're gonna be a little brave. We're gonna move 2 hexes down to the right-hand side. The zombie is next to a wall, so it's gonna take 2 damage. I should be out of range of the living spirit, so I should be okay there. Over to Hugo. Hugo's gonna move with Retrieval. That's a 1 hex move plus a loot 1, so he's gonna pick up a coin and the favorite token. I want to pick up as many of the coins with Hugo because, of course, Verdia has to collect less coins than anyone else in order to get her checkmark. But that also means that I can center mass this corpse and use my favorite token, get a +1 attack modifier card, just enough. It's working out for me today. Corpse dies. So now it's all the bad guys' turn. They truck forward just a little bit. The spirits are hemmed in a little bit by that difficult terrain. Don't take any attacks. We're on to the next round. Verdi's going to go with 1-2 punch and robotic enhancements for 66. I wouldn't mind if one of those guys moved a little closer so I could punch him. Same thing with Hugo, he's going to go with fearsome efficiency and close cuts for initiative of 58, but the bad guys don't take the bait. The corpses go with calculated strike. They're not going to move, but they're +1 strength, and they don't go until 81, and the spirits get icy glare for initiative of 67. Icy glare is kind of a pain. It's move -1, it's attack +1 at range 3, and if there's frost out there, which there is, they add the disarmed condition. Cool. So the plan is, I'm just gonna poke my head into the room on the right. I'm gonna use Hugo to destroy that pillar, and then we're gonna try and avoid all those bad guys, and we're gonna surge over to the left. Try and destroy that other pillar before everyone can catch up to us. To that end, Hugo is gonna move up to where the zombie died. At the end of the round, he's gonna collect a coin and the favorite. He's then gonna use fearsome efficiency. That is a lost card. He's gonna get 2 XP, but he's gonna have a range 4, strength 6 attack. Going to use my eagle eye goggles so long as I don't get 2 cards with negative modifiers. I'm going to blow up the pillar and it's going to be great. My modifier decks are pretty good at this point. I've gotten quite a few perks, but apparently they're not that good. I draw my null card and a -1 card. I have to go with the -1, which means it only causes 5 points of damage. Hugo takes 3 points of damage and the pillar is still there. Not ideal. So what do I do with Verdia? I got monsters closing in on me from both sides. I think what I have to do is dive into that room on the right and just take some hits for Hugo. If Hugo gets disarmed, then it's going to be hard for me to destroy this pillar next round. So she rushes in with the bottom action of robotic enhancement, which is move 4, and it's nice because I get to ignore that difficult terrain. And I'm going to 1-2 punch this spirit. For the first punch at strength 2, I get a +2 modifier, -1 for the spirit's shield. It takes 3 damage, only 2 health left, which is cool. I then go and draw my crit, which is also nice, but that's only strength 1, brings it up to 2, -1 for the shield. It takes 1 damage, it's got 1 health left. Nice try, Verdia. I decide not to push it because it's got a ranged attack and I'd rather it be at disadvantage and nearby me. It's a disadvantage anyway because I do muddle it, I get myself 1 XP, but I'm going to have to face some angry ghosts. So yeah, the spirit that I just punched backs up a little bit and icy glares Verdia. I gotta draw 2 cards for it because it is muddled. I get a +0 and a -2. Take that -2. Gonna go ahead and use the heater shield on top of that, which means I take no damage. I do get disarmed though. Second spirit also fires. Draw a +1 modifier for it, which means I take 4 damage. That's kind of a lot. Corpses don't get to move. They're -1 move and they only have a move of 1, so they get 0. It's looking a little hairier. New round, Verdia is going to go with extra fuel and knock out the support for initiative of 17. Hugo's going to go with Overwatch and Second Wind. We're going to take another shot at this stupid pillar. Initiative of 18 for him. Corpses get nothing special for 68, and the spirits get Coupled Chain. Coupled Chain means they don't move. Their range 3, target 2, attack +0. So no movement but a bunch of shots. I think I can work with that. If nothing else, it means those ghosts on the left are going to have a hard time getting to me. So Verdia's going to trust that Hugo can take care of that pillar, and she's just going to dip. She's going to use extra fuel, which is a move 5, and she's going to leave that room and run around the corner. Hugo's up next. He's going to use Overwatch on that pillar. Strength 3, I draw +1 attack modifier. So long as I didn't draw another null, I'd be fine. Pillar goes away, but Hugo takes another 3 damage. I also used the wind element, which is out there. I didn't need the +1 strength or the +1 range, but it does get me an extra XP. Speaking of wind, I then go and use the bottom action of second wind to leave. How'd you like that? We rushed into your house, beat up your pillar, and then we just left. For the bad guys' part, the spirits don't move and they are out of range, which is nice, and the corpses just truck forward 1 hex. Next round, Verdia's going to go with Piston Punch and Fire Bombs for initiative of 24. Hugo's going to go with Care Package because he's hurt, and Repeat Shot for initiative of 30. Corpses get nothing special for 68, and spirits get Booming Scream for 33. They're going to turn into Banshees. These spirits got a lot of weird attacks. Booming Scream is move +0, so move 3 is still kind of a lot. It's attack -1, but they target everyone within range 2. Verdia's up first, and I don't like how many bad guys are blocking my entrance to that left-hand chamber. We're going to take a moment. We're going to regather some strength. She's going to start with Fire Bombs. It's target 2, so I get to bomb both of the zombies moving at me. The one on the left gets a +1 attack modifier card for 3 damage. The one on the right gets a +0 for 2. Then we're going to move up to the top of the map and out of the range of those living spirits with my weathered boots. Hugo goes and repeat shots. That corpse on the left gets a +1 for 4 damage. He then moves up to Verdia with Care Package, which allows him to heal her 1. Not pictured here, but everyone's closing in on us. Spirits move, corpses move, and we've got a short rest. Verdia ends up losing Fire Bombs, which I think is fine, and Hugo loses Care Package, which is not great, but I think it's okay. Verdia's going to go with Robotic Enhancement and Piston Punch for 33. Hugo's going to go with Center Mass and Overwatch for 24. The living corpses get Calculated Strike. They're not moving, but they're attack +1. Initiative 81, and spirits get Angry Howl. Alright, Angry Howl, what's your deal? Move +0, and curse all enemies within range 3 and generate frost. That's kinda okay. So the deal is there are 3 bad guys surrounding the exit from the left chamber. I've got 2 spirits and the living corpse. And I think it's high time that we really thought about getting Hugo his checkmark. So what I want to do is I want to kill one of these spirits while I'm in contact with something else. I've got the Fateful Compass. I can arrange people a little bit if I need to. But the end of everything, I think what I'm going to do is this. Hugo's going to move with the bottom action of Center Mass. He's going to move next to the left-hand living spirit and the living corpse. He then gets to push somebody, and I'm going to push that corpse 2 hexes away from me. Get him out of range of that Calculated Strike. I'm then going to go and throw Overwatch at that spirit on the right. With my favorite token, that's going to be Strength 6. I should be able to kill it if I don't get a bad draw on the attack modifier card. Hey, I get a +2 with the Muddle condition. Even with the shield, that's 7 damage, way more than the spirit has. Kills that guy off, gets myself a checkmark. Verdia's up next. I'm going to go ahead and move with the bottom action of Piston Punch, hit with the top action of Robotic Enhancement. It's only Strength 2, but I do get a +2 attack modifier card. Minus Spirit Shield, that's 3 points of damage, but it gets stunned. I don't want to get cursed. Back to the bad guys. The spirits on the right close in on me. The one on the left shakes its stun condition. Living corpses don't move. I think the bad guy behavior cards have actually been working out for me pretty well here. New round, and Verdia's going to go with 1-2 punch and extra fuel for 17. Hugo's going to go with close cuts and retrieval for 25. The corpses get a violent slam again for 32, and the spirits get nothing special for 48. We're low on health, but I think we're doing pretty well. We should be able to wrap this up relatively soon if everything goes according to plan. We're going to start with Verdia. She's going to move behind the spirit and over by the living corpse. I just want to make some progress, and first step is killing off that living corpse. I'm going to 1-2 punch it. It's only got 2 health left. Let's see how we do. The first attack is Strength 2. I get a +2 modifier card, and I kill the living corpse. That's a good thing, but it does mean that I don't get my bonus XP for attacking with both attacks on the same target for 1-2 punch. Still can't complain. I use my second attack on the living spirit, get a +0 modifier card with the poison condition, so the spirit takes no damage but does get poisoned. He goes up and he goes and close cuts the spirit, gets +2 attack modifier, easily dispatches it, gets himself an XP, moves 1 hex with retrieval, and he collects a whole 3 coins and his favorite token. Money, money, money. I read the Violent Slam card correctly this round, and so the corpses don't move. The spirits, however, move 3, which means that they are in range. Range 3, attack 2, they're both going after Verdia. The first one gets a +1 attack modifier card doing 3 damage, kind of a lot. The second one gets a -1 doing just 1 point. Hey, that works out. Verdia is on 1 health remaining. It's looking like we're gonna make it, but the game is making me work for it. Verdia's gonna go with Crushing Weight and knock out the support for initiative of 20. Hugo's going before her with Repeat Shot and Second Wind on an 18. The Corpse gets nothing special, and the Spirits get Sap Strength for 22. Nice fast initiative, but we're still faster. Sap Strength is move -1, attack -1, but range 4 and muddle. Hugo is up first. He's going to move with the bottom action of Second Wind. He's going to collect yet another coin. He's going to use Repeat Shot on that last pillar. Strength 3, +1 attack modifier card, plus the favorite. That's 7 damage to the pillar. Hugo goes and takes 3 damage. That's okay. He has health remaining. That's all the objectives destroyed. We're going to win at the end of this round. But before we leave, we're going to give these undead something to remember us by. Verdia's going to move back to the right. She's then going to attack with Crushing Weight on that undamaged spirit. It is next to a wall, so this is attack +2. I draw a +2 attack modifier card, which gives us a mighty 7 damage. -1 for the spirit shield, still gets killed. And of course, what we were really after was the +1 XP that Verdia gets. In the spirit's turn, it backs off a little bit so it can shoot Verdia. Gets a +2 attack modifier. That's more health than Verdia has, so she has to lose the level card, which is in her hand. She also gets muddled, but that doesn't bother me. The corpse advances, but it's all too late. Game over, we win. Alright, another success for the Dum Dum Detective Agency. For our rewards, we get a flea-bitten shawl. Interesting item. I think it's a little bit better in games with more characters, but I'm going to go and give that to Verdia. Interesting item. What it does is it gives the characters initiative 99 for purposes of monster attack determination. So if you've got 2 of your characters equidistant to a monster, they're all going to choose the other person. Since Verdia is going to be the one throwing herself into the fray more often, I figure the more hits that go to Hugo, the better. We also find a passageway going deeper into the complex, so we open up the location Toxic Harvest. We close the Defiled Sewers, don't need to go there. But we also find a ladder leading up to some rich person's house who's probably corrupt and in cahoots with the cult. And so we can also do the heist, which I'm probably going to do next. This is the first optional scenario that I've gotten. I feel it's probably better to do it now. Both of my guys are real close to getting to level 5. Hugo picked up 15 XP. He picked up 21 gold because he collected 7 coins. He got his check mark, and he's going to buy studded leather armor. If he's going to get bonked more often because of Verdia's flea-bitten shawl, he should get some protection. For her part, Verdia got 14 XP, 0 gold, and a checkmark. The last thing that we have to do is do a city event. I guess we crawl out of the sewers just long enough for the sleeping lion management to come to us and say, hey, it's time to shake down some of the deadbeats whose debts are still on the books. We go to this one guy and he says, hey, the check's in the mail. I'm going to have the money for you real soon. Don't worry about it. We have the option of giving him an extra day or just turning him upside down and shaking the loose change out of his pockets now. I don't know. Guy seems kind of untrustworthy. I'm not going for it, even though I think some of these options for the city events are counterintuitive. Nonetheless, we shake him down, we get the money, and we get an oak charm in the process. Just a little light pilfering on the side. The oak charm is cool. It's a small item. It allows us to do a bless action. It exhausts, so we can do it multiple times in a game. I don't have the room to take another small item, but level 5 I will. If we had let him go, he would have paid us. He would in fact have come into some money. We would have gotten 20 gold, but since the oak charm is worth 30, I think we come out ahead. I think we made the right choice. Anyway, that's it for the most recent game of Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, observations, or concerns. I'll see you on the next one.